Hi all. I'm getting ready to go for a bike ride. Haven't been out in a while. Weather's been crappy. I mean, in Rawlins it's just so windy it's ridiculous. But getting ready to go for a bike ride. Realized I forgot to take my pills, so I have to go all the way back to the house and take my pills. There's my bike. That's my bike out there. So 2014 Heritage Classic. I really need to clean this lens. Weather has just been horrible. It's been 30 degrees in Rawlins. Now, I used to ride in that weather all the time, but it hurts my knee now, so I have to wear my knee brace when I'm riding for sure. Can't go without it. But right now I'm up here in Estes Park. There's the view from where I'm sitting. People complain about global warming all the time. It's not global warming, it's me. It's my fault. When the weather's shitty, it's because I want to do something. I used to fly model airplanes, still do. I kind of want to get back into it, but it's expensive. But every single time I wanted to go fly my plane, the wind would pick up. If I didn't want to fly my plane, there's no wind. So I just learned how to fly in the wind. There's a saying in Rawlins, if you don't fly in the wind, you don't fly. Don't really like riding on ice. I've done it, not on purpose, but I've done it, but I don't like to. But I don't really believe in global warming. I don't think there's any such thing. It's called weather. Weather changes. Over the centuries, it's going to get colder, it's going to get hotter, it's going to get colder. Someday this area here will be under 10 feet of snow, and someday this will be desert. It's just the cycle, it's just the way it is. It's another case of plausible deniability. You hear on the news all the time, Al Gore. What's Al Gore? He's a flake. He's out there saying, oh, there's no ice left at the North Pole. It absolutely depends on the fact that you aren't going to go to the North Pole to look. Oh, the polar bears, they're all drowning. A polar bear can swim like 20 miles. They do that for a reason. But, I think I read somewhere that the locals have problems with the polar bears, kind of a lot of them up there. But no, I don't believe in global warming at all. It's all, college kids believe in global warming, but they also, they're kind of dumb. They take these SATs, they go to high school to learn how to take tests. They go in there and they learn how to take tests. They stand up there while the teacher says, okay, kiddies, today we're going to take the SAT test. I'm going to teach you how to take the SAT test. Write this down. This is the test. A, C, A, B, B, D. Write that down. A, C, A, B, B, D. That's the math section. Memorize that. You have to memorize that. A, C, A, B, B, D. If you don't memorize it, you're going to fail the test. And the smart kid in the back, teacher, what's an equilateral triangle? It says right here, C, equilateral triangle. Answer C, kid. C. Just remember C. But what if I go to a job interview and the boss says, what's an equilateral triangle? Then you say C. C. C is an equilateral triangle. C. That's all you have to know. Next kid, oh, I've got them all memorized. All. I got English, math, literature, all memorized. A, C, A, B, B, D. All of them are memorized. I'm going to be a NASA scientist. Yep. Worse yet, a college professor. Yep. They just learn how to take the test. It's aggravating. Aggravating. You know, we had to... It wasn't easy when I was a kid. I still wonder what an equilateral triangle is sometimes. I guess it's just C. But, anyhow, I want to go for a ride today. Got to pick up some long, flat things for the solar panel mounts. Gonna go down on Monday or Tuesday, one or the other, and buy some, oh snap, good stuff. Gotta go down Monday and get 4 more solar panels. I think I'll be going either Monday or Tuesday. We got 4 235 watts. There'll be some college kid out there, what's a 235 watt? It's C, dumbass! 235 watt panels, and I found some 265 watts cheap. So I'm going to buy 4 265 watt panels. That'll give us 2 kilowatts of solar panels. Next thing is batteries. Going to have to really stack up the batteries. Now some high school kid, what's a battery? It's D, dumbass, D! I just see the kid in the back. Teacher, how does that help me play Halo? The teacher just lost, you know. Well, look at your controller. It says C, A, B, B, D. But anyhow, I know this is a dumb video, but I'm bored. Really bored. I like the pickles. I'm going to have to draw a picture of my panel mount, so I don't remember how many of the straight pieces I need. I just should probably just buy as many as I can, because I'm going to need more. I'm going to need a lot more. If we go the full 14 panels across the roof, it's going to take a lot more straight pieces. They're just the little bitty bars about that long with 4 holes in them. They're thick. They're heavy steel. I can't find T's because nobody knows what a T is. It's a D, dumbass, D! Yeah, I've following some guy around, well, I wasn't following him, but watching some guy in an employee at Home Depot. He wasn't doing shit. I mean, the guy's just walking up and down the aisles, just walking around, playing on his cell phone, just walking all over the place. We needed some help. We couldn't find what we were looking for. He just walked right on by. But that's the typical employee. And these guys want $15 an hour. It's like, why? Maybe $3 an hour would be a pretty good wage for some of these people. You know, when I started working, I think my first job was 85 cents an hour. I was working doing lawns and landscaping before that, and I was making a heck of a lot more money than that. Just doing that, you know, I had my little lawn mower, and I'd go out there with a couple of friends, and we'd move rocks around for people and stuff, and we made a lot of money doing that. But my dad says, you got to go get a real job. So here I went, 85 cents an hour. Where was that? I think that was at Havana Drive-In in Denver, Colorado. Probably most of you don't know what a drive-in is. It's F! F! Well, why is there an F all of a sudden? It's because you flunked. But anyhow, I started out at Havana Drive-In. And that was a good job. Then I went to work for Burger King. And out of the blue, I was the manager. I was like, huh? There's a high school kid managing a Burger King? Come on. From there, I went to a Whataburger, and all of a sudden, I'm the manager of this Whataburger store. I'm like, huh? How did I do that? It's because you know more than A, C, B, D, D. But had a lot of fun. I really did enjoy those jobs. But I was trying to go to high school and work at those jobs at the same time. And I was living on my own, had my own apartment. But they were okay. You know, the kids, $15 an hour at McDonald's, come on, they don't even, I'll tell you what, I went into McDonald's one day, and I don't remember exactly how many times I had to return this fish sandwich, but it was more than 7. I said, I went up, ordered the fish sandwich, said, I'd like a fish sandwich with no tartar sauce. So I get the fish sandwich, go sit down, open it up, it has tartar sauce. I expected it. So go back up to the counter, I ordered this without tartar sauce. Okay, we'll bring it right out, we'll fix it for you. So I get another one, tartar sauce. So I take it back. This is supposed to be without tartar sauce. The girl's in shock. Oh, were you here before? I say, this is supposed to be with no tartar sauce. With cheese, no tartar sauce. And she sent it back. So I get it back again with tartar sauce. So 4th or 5th or 6th time, I'm getting a little pissed. The manager is standing there of this McDonald's. I changed the name of McDonald's, by the way, to McMaggots. So if you go to McMaggots, woe upon you. But anyhow, the manager goes up, he comes up, is there a problem here? I said, yeah, I've ordered this thing like 6 times now, and they don't seem to know how to make a sandwich without tartar sauce. So I give it to the manager. I'll take care of it. So the manager goes up and brings this thing back. Guess what? It has tartar sauce. And I'm like, what the hell? You know, what is going on here? So $15 an hour? No. When I go into a McDonald's, I don't go to McDonald's anymore. I don't go to McMaggots. That is just gross food. Gross food. It's bad for you. Look at all these fat kids running around. You know, they live at McDonald's. So anyhow, I don't go there. At $15 an hour, they ain't worth $15 an hour. That is an entry-level job for teenagers, not someplace where you're supposed to make a life's career. Come on. But anyhow, $15 an hour, no way. I went to Wendy's. I like Wendy's. I used to. I haven't been to one in quite a while. Last time I went to Wendy's, it was pretty bad. I mean, that meat was bad. But anyhow, I went into Wendy's and I ordered a chicken sandwich, one of their spicy chicken sandwiches. I said, I need a spicy chicken, and this is the manager that's taking the order. I said, a spicy chicken sandwich with cheese, onions only. Spicy chicken sandwich with cheese, onions only. So I get it, and I was with friends. And we went out and we sat down, and it felt a little light. I open it up. There's onions, cheese, and a bun. No chicken. $15 an hour? No way. $3 an hour, there's a chance. I mean, they ain't worth $15 an hour. You know, out at the refinery where I was working before I hurt my knee, helpers start out at $15 an hour, roughly. I don't remember exactly what it is. It might be a little bit more than that now. But they work their butts off. And if you make a mistake at the refinery, you die. So they were worth it. You know, that is a $15 an hour job. But these kids these days, no. Absolutely not. A, B, C, you know, D, that's all they know. They don't understand how things work. They are not able to do it. I mean, it's just not going to happen. They want to play video games. They want to be video game writers. I'm going to write video games. And while I watch Beavis and Butthead or something. But I should probably get dressed and ready for the ride. Got to put my leathers on and whatever else. Got hair all over this knee brace. I'm wearing my flexible knee brace because it fits underneath my chaps. So it's time to get going. I just needed to say something about whatever because I'm bored. But it's going to be probably another week before I go down to New Mexico. I'm wanting to go down there. I got a car full, as you can see. That's plywood. All of that metal that I cut the other day is underneath that plywood. And baby, on the way up here, my border collie, big border collie baby, was sleeping on that plywood, and every time I turned a corner, he'd slide across the plywood. He didn't like it very much. But yeah, I need to get that stuff out of here and go to Salt Lake, pick up some more solar panels. I'm going to do a solar panel video on how I'm doing this, but each 2 panels is going to be on a charge controller. They're 30 watt or 30 amp charge controllers, and I'm not going to run the charge controllers more than about 15 to 20 amps. So that they should last a really long time. They're MPPTs. They're the good charge controllers. They're really cheap. I think I paid $20 a piece for these, and they're really, really good charge controllers. Open them up, and they're just built like a brick shit house. But that's the plan. I'll put all that on the website and on YouTube when I do it. I really do need to get something going down there. If I can get the electricity working, then we'll start staying there at night. And that's a couple of days from being done, probably 2 days work. Get the panels up and get the electricity going. But I'm going to go. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Bye. How do I turn this thing off? Okay, boys and girls, I'm back again. They're saying, hey, I was right. I got a sandwich from Domino's. I was right about the little metal things. I'm going to have to go from Home Depot to Home Depot to Home Depot to find enough the little metal straps to do what I need to do. They had 7 of them. I need 10, I think. Maybe more. I think I need 10 to finish. Let me turn this on for a minute. There, get some air. And now that thing will shut off. Maybe. Anyhow, recording. There, it should stop. Okay. Anyhow, I need 10 of those straps to make the brackets and everything for the first 4 panels. Home Depot only had 7. So I have to go to another Home Depot to find the rest. These Philly cheesesteaks from Domino's are usually pretty good, but this one tastes fishy. Anyhow, I'm in Home Depot walking around there trying to find these things, and they're not where they should be. I asked some guy, where are your parts for the Unirail systems? He says, Unirail? So I I finally explained to him what I'm looking for, and he took me to where what he thought I was looking for, and that one that, those, I don't know what they're called. But anyhow, they weren't it. And then he took me down to where the unirail was, and I showed him they're the big metal straps that go across here to hold stuff together. He goes, oh! So he took me and showed something else, and that wasn't it. So, walking around trying to find him, and I noticed him. He didn't know what I was talking about. And I said, oh, here they are, and there's no price on them. So I took what they had, and he's standing there. Can I help you with anything else? He says, yeah, you know what the price is on these? C. He didn't know the price, so he had to look it up. But anyhow, I got 7 of them. Gonna need a bunch, because I'm pretty sure I can get 14 panels on that roof. And if I get 14 panels on that roof, I'm going to put 14 panels on that roof. I did the math several times on how many panels go up there, and I forget. I always forget. But I think it's either 12 or 14. I'm just kind of leaning towards 14. So gotta get that up there and get all that finished up. But that was just another case of, you want $15 an hour? Home Depot, I can understand. That is a job that could essentially become a permanent job. I mean, you could really work yourself up in that. It's not a great job, but you could work your way up. But these kids, I mean, you gotta be able to add and subtract, and you know where the stuff is in your store, and if you don't, why are you there? I'd personally prefer if they hired older people, say a construction worker who may have broken his ankle or something and can't do construction anymore, because they understand where stuff is and what you're looking for. You say, I need the straps, the 4-hole straps for unirail, and they might say, oh, yeah, I guess they're in the wrong place. Let's go find them. So, but they don't. They hire these kids out of high school who can't even tie their own shoes or wipe their own butt. Busy playing video games all day long. Personally, I think every business, regardless of the business, should have a test. I mean, a real test, not A, B, A, C, D. A real test that says, what is an equilateral triangle? If you write C, you fail. I guess the refinery went to a testing system to where you actually took a test, and it's a pretty complicated test too, and a lot of people wash out. These high school kids that can't even wipe their own butts, they won't make it. I saw a lot of that when I was working out there, right when they started hiring all these helpers and operators. These guys, they literally didn't have a clue what working was about. And the only reason a lot of them were hired was because, oh yeah, I know that guy, he's a good worker, you should hire him. And that was sad. I mean, they could have saved themselves a lot of problems if they would have actually checked to see if they ever even had a job. I had one helper who would call in sick, and say on the phone that he's going to a Halo competition tonight, or whatever they call it, a Halo party, and he needed the night off, so he's calling in sick. I mean, and this was 2 or 3 times a week. But they got rid of him, thank goodness. Every time the kid got a new video game, he wouldn't come in for 2 or 3 days. And that's just wrong. Work ethic. I was just listening on the radio about these kids at Notre Dame that are going to protest Vice President Pence. They're afraid. They're afraid because he's going to talk at their school. Afraid. I am more afraid of them than I am of Pence. Those are the kids that are wanting communism and wanting socialism because they need to be told when to wipe their butts. And it's sad. It's just really, really sad. Whatever happened to free speech? We don't have it anymore. Oh my gosh, you can't say that. It hurts my feelings. Wah. But anyhow, I'm going to finish this sandwich. I got to go up and clean the porch off. I made a mess earlier. There's a million boxes up there. I just threw them over the edge and threw them in the back of the pickup. Now I've got to clean up the rest of it. No big deal. But can't wait to go back down to New Mexico. I keep seeing weather alerts, but I can't get on to the weather station because I forgot the address. So I'm going to keep trying here and see if I can't find it. But I'll let you go. I'm going to finish my sandwich. You guys have a great day.